Hello again. I think it a fair bet that hardly any ordinary people have even heard of Georg Soros, or Schwarz as he was born. It's his birthday today. He was born in Budapest 92 years ago. After leaving Hungary and studying philosophy in London at the London School of Economics, he went to work for a merchant bank in the early 1950s and later became a stupendously rich financier. He is one of those Jews with very tempting names for them to be cast as villains who are masterminding worldwide conspiracies against white Aryans and their culture. A bit like Barbara Lerner Spectre, whose name is that of a worldwide criminal organisation which James Bond struggled against in books like Thunderball. She is Jewish, married to a rabbi yet, and in favour of unlimited immigration from the Third World into Europe. Never mind that she has no influence with anybody, and nobody other than anti-Semites have ever heard of her. That very name Spectre sets her up as a perfect criminal mastermind. Georg Soros has the same kind of name, obviously foreign and with lots of S's in it. I'm irresistibly reminded of a passage from this book. It's Joseph Heller's Catch-22. I'm sure some of you have read it. In it, the all-American soldier, Colonel Cathcart, has come up against somebody of foreign ancestry. Yossarian, the very sight of the name made Colonel Cathcart shudder. There were so many S's in it, it just had to be subversive. It was like the word subversive itself. It was like seditious and insidious too, and like socialist, suspicious, fascist and communist. It was an odious, alien, distasteful name, a name that just did not inspire confidence. I'm guessing this is how some Americans viewed the name of Soros and thought it perfect as that of somebody with too much influence in the world. A Jew too. It is by conjuring with the names of such real individuals as Barbara Lerner Spectre and Georg Soros that it has proved possible to bring to life for a new generation the rather worn and outdated fantasies of the protocols of the Elders of Zion. People like Soros and Spectre give a face to the machinations of world Jewry. Both are involved with voluntary organisations and charitable foundations which do indeed seek to meddle in affairs which do not concern them, but I have to say with very limited success. In the case of Soros, much of this interference is opposed to Israel, and I for one do not care at all for his views on Zionism. He regards Israel as undemocratic, for example. The point is that his foundation, Open Society, works far more against Israel's interests than it does for them. One of the things which many anti-Semites who believe in these worldwide Jewish conspiracies have difficulty in realising is that the organisations which people like Barbara Lerner Spectre and Georg Soros are involved with are just individual enterprises, like charities. They do not and cannot dictate to governments how they should behave or what policy ought to be adopted, whether relating to immigration or anything else. It is the same thing with the Anti-Defamation League in America, which used to be a branch of B'nai B'rith. I've lost count of the number of times I've been assured that this charity actually controls YouTube. It will be a sad day for anti-Semites when Georg Soros breathes his last, because it will mean a frantic search for a replacement bogeyman. He is so perfect for the role with his weird name with all those S's in it and so on. With luck, they'll find somebody even better suited to the role of international criminal mastermind, perhaps even with a name like Blofeld. This would fit in perfectly with the James Bond theme which elevated Barbara Lerner Spectre to such prominence in the world of evil Jewish conspiracies.